When passengers boarded, everything seemed perfectly normal. They had no clue they'd just stepped onto a death flight. At this moment, a sleazeball saw that the woman in the next seat still got it going on, so he couldn't help hitting on her. During their chat, she mentioned her ex-boyfriend John used to be a rapper. Unexpectedly, the moment the sleazeball heard the name John, he immediately showed extreme disgust. He said he was actually a music judge, and John had previously auditioned for their rap competition, but he rapped like shit, so the guy had humiliated him in front of everyone. However, when the woman in the front seat heard their conversation, she immediately said she knew John too. She was John's elementary school principal. Because John kept making passes at the girls, she had kicked him straight out of school. Unexpectedly, then out of nowhere, another passenger stood up, claiming John had previously worked cleaning toilets at his company. Because he kept sneaking into the women's bathroom to peep, he was fired. The sleazeball thought this was way too much of a coincidence, so he asked who else there knew this John. What he didn't expect was that everyone on the whole damn plane knew John. However, what the flight attendant said next scared them even more. The pilot of this flight was John himself, and she had also filed a complaint against him for getting handsy with her. The woman couldn't sit still anymore when she heard this. She'd broken up with John because she cheated on him, and her affair partner was right there on the plane. Seeing how every single person present had wronged John, everyone finally realized that being on the same flight was no coincidence. This was John's carefully planned revenge. At this moment, a doctor rushed to the cockpit door. He was John's hemorrhoid surgeon. When removing John's hemorrhoids, he'd also cut out his prostate. He told John to open the door quickly and not do anything stupid. He also said none of this was their fault. If anyone was to blame, it was John's parents for bringing him into this world. However, as soon as the words were out of his mouth, John sent the plane plummeting toward the ground, and that elderly couple in the yard were his parents. A Boeing 787 was hurtling straight toward an elderly couple, and the pilot was none other than their precious son. Not only that, he was taking everyone on that plane down with him, because in his mind, every last person on board had it coming. Initially,